Good morning or good night, depending upon where you are. It is about 3 a.m. my time, and I guess that's the witching hour, so it makes sense that all the thoughts are bombarding me and demanding to be heard and needing to be documented or forgotten. And we all have that. I'm sure we all have that. Somewhere along the lines, we were taught to be humble and we were taught to keep our ideals and our ideas to ourselves and, always listen to others or take their advice. But we do have a direct channel to our own divine connection. And if you allow it, you're going to hear everything that you're meant to hear. And whether you choose to share that knowledge or learn that knowledge from yourself and then process it however you feel is the way that you are meant to, is up to you. I've recently started going back out and teaching again, and I have recently started accepting going to more different pagan events and festivals and sharing what I've learned and what I've taught myself and what I've come to understand, and I'm really enjoying it. I am having a hard time sometimes trying not to feel overwhelmed through it all. And that's my lesson to learn. But here I am at almost 3 o'clock in the morning jotting down notes for a workshop that I'm actually not going to be presenting until June. But I've been having this idea that keeps coming to me and demanding for me to sort through it. And I took a very bold leap and submitted a proposal about the concept, and it was accepted. And now I owe it to myself and the people that I promised this to get it done. So here I am doing the work. We are all very skilled and educated and wise and creative and versatile in so many different ways, and it is our personal responsibility to at least listen to ourselves, and it is our own personal responsibility to give ourselves credit for our own worth. So here I am, 3 o'clock in the morning. Now I have it easy. I don't have any reason that I know of yet that I have to be up in the morning, but the phone could ring and I could choose to answer it or choose to sleep in. And I do have this freedom after 3 decades of working midnights and raising children all day, and now I get to have kind of an erratic sleep schedule. What I used to do is I used to keep a notebook in my back pocket or my shirt pocket, depending. And when these ideas came to me, I would try and jot them down immediately because it felt like they weren't even my words. They were just like these lightning bolts of inspiration, and I had to write them down or I would forget that I even had the thought. And there are so many times where if I was sharing that information with somebody, later they would come and tell me, oh, what about this and that and the other thing? And I'd be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. They'd assure me that I was the one who brought the subject up and started telling them about it. Hence why I keep the notebook in my pocket. But when I read my notes, it's like, oh, yeah, I remember that. And if I do it over and over again, even some mornings I get up and I don't quite remember what it is that I'm going to write next. But reviewing what I've already written down and going through it and organizing a little bit better or cleaning up the vernacular, I'm getting the work done. So for me right now it's writing. For you it may be something different, but whatever it is, wherever you're inspired, let yourself enjoy the inspiration. And don't let anybody tell you that you're not good enough, or your voice or your craft or whatever it is that you choose to allow to come forth from yourself is worthy. And you know what? I have written down so many little stories and so many poems that I would never share. You know, in the moment they felt so good, and the flow and the cadence was perfect. But looking back on them now, I'm like, no, no, I would not take this notebook of poetry and publish it. But man, did I enjoy like having it. And even some of my art, you know, I've done some painting, I've done some coloring and drawing or whatever, doodles, and they are not good. Not mine. I paid for that, or someone who cares about me very much paid for it for me. And but my art is hanging around the house because I'm proud of it. I'm proud that I stepped out of my comfort zone. I'm proud that I tried something new. And I have framed artwork of my children's as well. Things that they did in grade school that I just look at now and I'm like, that's brilliant. I mean, it's simple or it's juvenile in a way, but it's just brilliant. And I want to honor that. I want to enjoy it. I don't want everything to always be whether or not it's marketable or whether or not it's teachable. Sometimes it's also just about feeling that energy come out of you and into whatever it is that you're working on. There's a real true magic about that. And I know I'm rambling. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and the witching hour is upon us. And I am going to go do some spell work for clarity and balance and see what I can produce in the morning. I wish you all the magic that you have to be realized, because life is magical, and so are you. Good night for now.